bugs. See bunnies? See bunnies? Look at Wow Wow. Pizza Bow Wow. Look at Bow Wow. Ryder, Bow Wow. Over here. Ryder. Over here. Go get it. Ryder. Let's go. Hey, Bow Wows. No. Come on. Let's go. No Marshall up there. I gotta drive, buddy. I gotta drive, son. Ryder. Get him, Marshall. He's kicking you out of your seat. He's kicking you out of your seat. Ryder, you took the seat from Marshall. I know. What is it, Marshall? Tell him, buddy. What is it, boy? Good morning, guys. Welcome to the channel. Today, I think it's Wednesday. It's supposed to be like 83% chance of rain, but it's looking a little bit cloudy, and it's real nice and cool right now. Sorry, we're kind of still half asleep. We just woke up not long ago, but we got something planned for today. Hopefully, it works out. I'm not sure how it's gonna go yet. We've never attempted this hike, but I've been talking about it in some of my videos. And I made a post on YouTube about it. Although I know it hasn't gained much traction or attention, but I still want to bring this to you guys. I've been meaning to do it for a while. We've been dealing with that Sedona fire. Bow Wows. Hey, Bow Wows. Bow Wow. But we've been dealing with that pocket fire down in Sedona, and then the poor air quality and all the smoke and everything. You know, and then it kind of made it hard to breathe, and so I was waiting till it cleared up a little bit. But I apologize for not bringing you more content on a regular basis. It's kind of hard for us in our current situation, to do like a lot of things. And so we primarily focus on like working and, trying to pick ourselves back up, get back up on our feet, become financially stable. And it's been a real struggle, and it's been a real challenge day to day, on our finances and everything. But today, we're going to attempt the Mount Elden hike. Like I said, the weather, when I looked it up on Google, it says it's 83% chance of rain today. And it's nice and cool right now. So, it might be like the perfect temperature to start out. Not sure how it's going to, play out through the day or whatever. But we're hoping that we can at least attempt it. And from what I've been told by other hikers, that attempted it or that has done it, it's like 1,500 feet elevation gain. And I think it's like between 2 to 3 hours hike one way. So I know that's like a long, strenuous hike, especially with two Huskies, high energy Huskies. So we'll see how it goes. We'll update you when we get to the Mount Elden Trailhead and get everything started. We got a water bladder, whatever. I haven't used one yet, but there's no facilities, there's no water, no restrooms or anything. So we got to kind of prepare mentally, physically, and everything. So we see you guys when we get there. Alright guys, we are nearing Mount Elden. And that's the one we're going to attempt. I don't know if you can make out the towers up top, but that's one that we're going to attempt. So we've never done this before, but it's going to be quite the experience. We're now arriving at the Mount Elden Trailhead. And you see today is on the trail. Oh guys, unfortunately something bad happened. We're not going to be able to do the hike today. We just had a crisis or a state of emergency. Marshall escaped out of the van, off his harness and leash, and ran this wild and ragged. Hey, this is sorry the video cut out, or maybe I accidentally pushed the stop recording button. But what happened is when we got to Mount Elden Trail hike, I had this new water bladder that I ordered off of Temu, and I was trying to I filled it up, and I was trying to figure out how it works. Like I couldn't get the hose, or like the part that you drink the water from. I couldn't figure out how that worked. I couldn't get the water out or whatever. And while I was trying to fiddle with it, I was standing by the side doors, and I had one side door closed and I had the other one open. And like I said, I was trying to get my water bladder working, trying to figure it out. This is my first time using it. But anyways, Marshall escaped. He squeezed by me and he ran out like a flying silver bullet or something. And we chased him for nearly 20-30 minutes, maybe an hour, give or take, through the Coconino National Forest up there at the Mount Elden Trail hike. He was and zoomed all like forth and back and forth, and like we were so afraid that he was going to dart out into traffic, because the busy road 89 was right by where he was having his zoomies. But thank God he didn't. He turned around, but we chased him like, oh my God, it seemed like forever. And as soon as we got close, like as soon as he stopped to use the bathroom, or as soon as he stopped to dig and do his Husky thing, we got so close, and then he took off on us, and he turned back to see if we were still chasing him, and then when he saw we were still chasing him, he took off again. Like, I guess he thought it was fun and games or something. It was funny. But it wasn't very fun for me or Austin, because I was breathing absolutely heavy. My asthma was horrible. My lungs felt so tight that I felt like my lungs were going to collapse or jump out of my chest, and I couldn't keep up. And so unfortunately I had like walk to chase him, and I'd take a few puffs of my rescue inhaler and I'd start chasing him again, whatever. And Austin, he nearly collapsed too. We both got asthma, but I think it's we just could not keep up with Marshall. He's too darn fast. But I guess he got tired. He wore himself out, and he eventually came back. I caught him, as you can see where the video cut off, and this is being added on. Like I said, I apologize for the poor quality and the jumping around to the scenes. I didn't expect this is something that we least expected to happen, and unfortunately, it's happened several times where Ryder and Marshall would escape out of the van, on accident or something, or they just slipped by us, and they decided to have the zoomies, and we chased them through the Coconino National Forest and all up and down for miles and miles, and oh my Lord, those Huskies are strong and fast, like holy crap. But we caught him. I was out of breath. Marshall was out of breath. Austin was out of breath. And by that time, I caught up to Marshall and got him back in his harness and leash. I was so darn exhausted, and my lungs were, I was having trouble breathing, even though I was puffing on my rescue inhaler. I decided to make the executive decision and put it off to another day. So that was attempt 1, the Mount Elden hike. Again, I apologize for not being able to finish the video. I've been wanting to do this video for a while now. I've been planning on it, but again, like I said in the video earlier, with all the fire, like the pocket fire and everything going on in Sedona and stuff like that, and made the air quality real poor, and then I think we're supposed to get like a ton of rain, all this week, next week or something like that, maybe for a week and a half, a couple weeks, whatever. And I definitely welcome the rain. I love the rain, but the humidity is up a little bit, so it makes it a little bit hotter. So we try to start a little bit earlier in the day, you know, because I think it is a 3-hour hike one way, so a 6-hour round trip total. So we try to kind of work it around to where we don't get exhausted and overheated, or the boys, Ryder and Marshall, don't get overheated. But if you want to follow along for more shenanigans of Ryder and Marshall and more, you know, wild, crazy adventures, you know, as we try and make our way around Flagstaff and other areas, to bring you the experience through, you know, and from our point of view, if you want to follow along with us, I really appreciate it if you can smash that like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell so you get notified of future videos. And stay tuned, follow along for attempt number 2 at the Mount Elden hike and more of Ryder and Marshall shenanigans. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye.